What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Widebody Nation. Today, we are talking about a very lucrative and exciting opportunity for those of you who are in the military. Whether you're active duty, National Guard, Reserves, or any other secret squirrel thing you can think of, this is going to be talking about the opportunity you have to lease a vehicle and potentially get out of it early, assuming you follow the steps we talk about in this video. Now, if you think this sounds too good to be true, you can take it from me because I've already done it myself. I am in the military myself, and I'm going to show you the legal backing for this in case you don't believe one of those first two things. So with that being said, let's hop into this video. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, look what just showed up. Prime Day, I ordered for a steal of a deal, 75 bucks off these Powerbeats Pro. These are the ones I will be sending out to you guys when we hit 1,000 subs. So if you guys have not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn it from red to gray, and that will automatically enter you to win these $250 headphones that I got on sale because we like to save money for car parts for new cars around here. So I got to get them when they're on sale. So hit that subscribe button. Sorry, mouthful today, talking fast because I'm excited about this lease deal. So let me explain to you guys more. And if you're not in the military, it would behoove you to watch this video because then you can share it with someone else who may be thinking about leasing or buying a car. And this is one of the reasons that military members may want to lease. So we're going to be using this 2020 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat Widebody sedan as our example today because this is the exact vehicle that I just orchestrated a lease deal for my good buddy, my college roommate, and fellow Army officer. He will be picking up this vehicle when it actually arrives at the dealership. We did the deal on this thing before it even showed up. By the way, if you guys have any feedback on the new audio for this channel, I did just get a mic right here. So boom, got a mic. If you guys like the audio quality better or worse or whatever it may be, go ahead and drop a comment down below on the audio quality. I think it's better, but I'll leave that up to you guys since you guys are the viewers. Let's jump into what actually helps you guys go ahead and make this lease deal. So you're going to have to make your lease. You're going to have to actually get into a lease, but then it's the back end work that is really where the deal is at. So some of you guys may know, and you may have done this before, that you can break leases early. And most people, when they think breaking leases early, they talk about apartment leases. Like right now, I'm in an apartment right now. And when I deployed, I was thinking about breaking the lease, even though I was on an 18-month lease or a 12-month lease, whatever it may be. If you bring your orders in and you say, hey, these are my orders stationing me overseas for more than 180 days, deploying you for over 180 days, or there's some other little knickknacks there, but usually it is moving you outside of the continental United States, or otherwise known as OCONUS, for more than 180 days. That's to kind of prevent the little nickel and diming that some people do. Some people go outside the U.S. for 1, 2, 3 months. That will not satisfy this lease breaking requirement. So the act that allows you guys to break leases, both apartment and car leases, and the car one is the one that people don't know about, is the ServiceMembers Civil Relief Act, also known as the SCRA. You guys will see that a lot, SCRA this, SCRA that. So that's referring to the ServiceMembers Civil Relief Act. This act is quite a few pages long. It looks like it's 40, 50 pages long. I'm going to go ahead and use that control find button for lease because we're in the 21st century, so we might as well go ahead and go down to the part that actually shows you guys what I am talking about. So termination of residential or motor vehicle leases. This is the big one right here, boys and girls. Motor vehicle leases. In general, they do some definitions here, blah, 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 lease. There's going to be some verbiage in here about before you entered military service, but right now we are focusing on those of you who are already in and looking to do a lease deal, and this is how I did it myself. Now, remember, these leases do need to be in your name. So that, if you have a wife that has a lease, you can't break her lease if it's just her on the title, on the paperwork, on the whatever other documents it may be. It has to be in your name as the service member. This is the big thing right here, though. Leases of motor vehicles used by the service member, the lease can be broken for the specific period if you are going outside of the continental U.S. for 180 days. This 180 days clause right here, we are in section 535 of the SCRA, and it's this 180 days clause right here that is going to go ahead and make or break you breaking this lease. To put it in a little bit more, common speak, this website right here, the SCRA vehicle lease termination, info website here. The car lease termination under a service member, the SCRA, by an active duty service member is possible if the service member or their dependents use the vehicle for personal purposes or business, it says here. Active duty personnel can terminate the vehicle lease if signed before they went on active duty, and under certain circumstances, they may also terminate the lease signed while on active military service. Some examples are if they receive orders for a permanent change of station, PCS, outside the U.S., so OCONUS, outside the continental United States. So OCONUS is somewhere that is outside the continental United States, but technically considered the United States, would be somewhere like Hawaii. Or orders to deploy for more than 180 days. So from my understanding, that can be to Germany, that can be to any Middle Eastern country, that can be to Africa, that can be to Australia. Just because it's not necessarily a combat deployment, you still may be able to go ahead and break this. It also says activated reservists and certain National Guardsmen can terminate their leases if they entered into them before active duty, and active duty continues at least 180 days. So now you guys basically see how it is. You've seen it from the act itself, the nitty-gritty act, and you've also seen it kind of translated into more understandable common English by this helpful website right here. Now let's talk about what I did personally to do this so that you guys can kind of see how it works. Now, I did my 20... That is not what I wanted. All right. So I had a 2017 Charger, and you guys are probably getting a little triggered right now because you see that big hole in the bumper. I had a 2017 Charger Daytona Destroyer Gray back in... I got it in 2017 after I graduated Ranger School, and I had it for approximately almost 2 years, a little bit less, probably about 18, 19 months. When I turned it in, it had 25,000 miles on it, even though I had only had it for 18 or 19 months. And my lease was a 12,000 mile a year lease. It was a 3-year, 36,000 mile lease. So if you prorated it when I turned this vehicle in, if I was at 18 months, it only should have had 18,000 miles on it, but I turned it in with 7,000 extra miles on it. Not only did I not get charged, but I got a check back from Dodge for $900. Now, I do not know if that was part of my security deposit they refunded, or I had purchased an additional rental agreement or a lease agreement clause that allowed me to turn the vehicle in with up to $5,000 worth of damage. So I got rear-ended by a Jeep. The tow hook went through the bumper right here. So that was a good thing that I got that. And then I also got backed into by some sort of tow, like a ball hitch or something like that. Something that looks like a ball hitch on the driver's side door as well. So that is not very easy on the eyes. And then the last thing, which is more of a manufacturer defect, was the door sill trim on the passenger side was starting to come up around where the window meets the trim. So that was kind of a 0 out of 10. Would not recommend there, although I'll give Dodge a pass on that one. I don't know if that would have been repaired under warranty, but I was turning the car in anyway. So what I ended up doing was I leased the car while I was on active duty. I was a lieutenant getting out of Ranger School. I leased the car. I leased it for 3 years, 36,000 miles. I was heading over to 101st Airborne. I was like, hey, they deploy a decent amount. So I get here. I'm here for about a little over a year and a half, and we end up going to a country in the Middle East, which I won't say on here so the video doesn't get demonetized. If you guys want to know more about my experience overseas, I'll link some videos on the channel to another channel so that channel can get demonetized if it needs to, but I don't want this channel getting throttled or getting demonetized by YouTube. We're trying to keep it straight, keep it business on here. So I'm heading over there, and so in order to turn the lease in, I sent Dodge a notice 30 days before I wanted to go ahead, just like a normal memo. It can just basically be a letter. You say, hey, Dodge, this is Adam, and I would like to turn in my lease. I have orders to go to XYZ country for more than 180 days. They are attached right here. And then those orders, they'll look at the memo, they'll look at the orders, they'll look at your lease documents, and they'll be like, beep boop bop boop, doo 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 doo. All right, good to go. Turn it in at your local or not local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealer, and all you do is go in. You make sure that you take, make sure you guys take some pictures of the condition of your car. Make sure you take a picture of the mileage, and make sure you get stuff in writing from the manager saying, "Hey, I received both keys. I received the vehicle. The vehicle mileage was this, and at this time, this vehicle has been turned in." And they will process the vehicle. I don't expect a refund or anything like that. I just got a magical weird check for like $912 in the mail while I was still overseas. So, my power of attorney went ahead and let me know about that. But basically, yes, it does work. And it is something that, if you are active duty, especially, and you're going to a place that does send people all over the world, then leasing is something that you might want to do, because not only did I not have a lease car payment for the entire 9 months that I was gone, I also didn't have the insurance payment, and it just kind of frees you up, and it allows you to reset, because like a lot of us here that watch this channel, part of the Widebody Nation, we're kind of ADD with our cars. We're like, oh, I like that one over there. I like that one over there. Oh, 2021, that's a cool car. Oh, 2022, what's coming out in 2022? The new Z06 Corvette, what? All right, so it allows you to be a little bit more ADD with your car purchase, but maybe not suffer those longer contracts or get locked in as long. Allows you to press that reset button a little bit quicker. Now, I would not bank on this when you guys are making a lease contract. Banking on this is a good way to get yourself in over your head. Generally speaking, the military is getting less and less involved in sending people places, so I would not say that this is a strategy that you should employ. Just if you're just in the military, you need to actually look at your certain situation, not just be like, oh, I'm in the military, cool, I'm gonna get sent somewhere in the next 3 years. That's not the case. It really depends on what your job is, where you're stationed, and what's happening in the world right now. If the world is de-escalating, then your chances of getting sent anywhere, pretty much regardless, is going to go down. If the world is escalating and you're, a certain job that is in high demand, not in the United States, out and about, then this might be something for you. So with that being said, guys, generally speaking, that is pretty much covering it. Let me know if you guys did not get enough clarification on this, but essentially, to wrap it up, just like you guys can break your apartment lease when you go, when you're conducting a permanent change of station, when you're moving permanently, or when you actually get deployed, the same tenets, the same principles are applying here. Now, with the car thing, it has to be outside the continental United States and has to be for more than 180 days. Those are the two major things that will basically allow you to do this, and I enjoy it. I recommend it to certain people. Like I said, we just got a lease deal for my good buddy at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. He is getting this exact Charger Widebody Hellcat, and he is going to be leasing it because we figured that, hey, Fort Bragg, they go places, so not only can he have a sweet car, but hey, maybe he'll get out of a car payment if he does go somewhere for more than 180 days and it's outside of the continental United States. So with that being said, if you guys want a follow-up video on this, I can do another one. But just let me know in the comments what kind of questions you guys have. I'll answer your questions. And if there's enough questions or enough times asked that you guys ask the same thing, then I'll go ahead and make a dedicated video on that. I appreciate you guys for staying till the end. And if you're not in the military, please share this with people who are. You don't have to necessarily share the video, but you could just share the fact that the ServiceMembers Civil Relief Act, the SCRA, the same thing that allows you to break rental leases for your apartment or whatever, also allows you to break car leases under the certain situation. 180 days outside the continental United States. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in for Widebody Nation. Remember, these headphones, they're getting mailed out, shipped to one lucky subscriber at exactly 1,000 subs. So if you guys are not subscribed yet, I don't know what you're doing. That's $250 that you guys could have in your pocket or in your ears because they're headphones. So go ahead, subscribe. I will see you guys for the next video, and stay safe out there. See ya.